Be the change. Be the change. Because we need every single brave soul out there who is willing to and brave enough to sit down, close your eyes, start to notice what is going on in your mind. Do you hear that little voice commenting everything? What's going on in your mind? What's going on in your body? And then start to take responsibility for your inner self. We need every single brave soul who is willing to do that, because it will change and alter everything within you, outside of you, and also your surroundings, everything. It will shift everything. Yeah, let's see what kind of archetype is popping up here today. We all have archetypes embedded within us. Oh, Don Juan. Don't I know a Don Juan or two? Light attribute spotlights your positive seductive qualities. Shadow attributes, using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. Sometimes people lead like that. Sometimes people lead like that. If they're good looking and they're a leadership position, that's how they lead. Sometimes they will hire whichever sex is the opposite of themselves, and they will hire them, and then they will flirt with them and get them like romantically attracted to them so that they will do their bidding. And I would say that's a very poor leadership style, but it happens. And unfortunate, because for a lot of people, there's a lot of heartbreak and heartaches because of that. Don Juan can also like just pop up in... There's nothing wrong with having seductive qualities, and there's nothing wrong with being seductive in a positive way within like the people that you want to be close to. There's nothing wrong with that. That can just be fun and add to the overall experience. But leading people on is usually not a good thing to do. Someone being stuck a little bit in the same old energy. We all get there sometimes. I know this for myself too. And we get stuck in the patterns that we created, and we get stuck in it, and we stay there. Sometimes overdue. So whatever plan you had set up, or whatever thing that you had set out to do, and sometimes we just get caught up in everything. So the outcome, I have all I wish for in my relationships. So perhaps you already have everything that you wish for in the relationships that you already have in your life. And perhaps there is a part of you who wants to seduce someone else because you want to get your way. Or maybe there is a part of you who is seduced by someone else, or maybe there is a playful dance between two people seducing each other, which is fun. Ten of Cups is here, and it might be telling you that you have everything that you wish for in all your relationships, and love is here. So love, unconditional love, unconditional love. So I am ready to love and learn. Someone is not ready to love and learn. Someone is reluctant to it. Sometimes we want to hold on to our old patterns because it feels more safe to us and it feels more familiar. So we just want to stay there because it's easier, or it's more comfortable to stay the way things have always been. But with the Hierophant showing up as you in a reverse, it is asking you to, Spirit is asking you to maybe just consider if opening up the heart and going a little bit deeper than the seduction level, going a little bit deeper and looking within and find that deeper sense of love and belonging, and to open up to that and learn from that. Surrounded by confusion, surrounded by confusion, surrounded by someone maybe even trying to seduce, confuse, because sometimes also manipulation schemes can have those elements within them. They have someone creating the confusion with the seduction, and then it's easier for whatever to guide you into where you want to be. It's easy for people to do that. Spirit will nudge you in a different way, and so you will get the being drawn in a different way. And so the world so celebration, gratitude, celebration, talk about it all the time. So gratitude and celebration, being open to celebrate life and be open to welcoming new energy, celebrating life and welcoming new energy, opening up for the world around. Be proud of what you achieve in life. So people don't give enough credit sometimes. Like, be proud of what you achieve. Be proud of what you do, no matter what it looks like in the eyes of other people. Be proud of what you do. Someone is not following their passion either, which is reluctant to open up to the love. If you're going to follow your passion and have a passionate, good life, you're going to have to find a way to open up to the passion and the love. And you have to be willing to inhale the love and exhale all the BS. Like, exhale everything that is not serving your higher purpose. Just let it go. Four of Swords also... So Spirit is asking someone here to stop for a moment. Stop for a moment and look around in your life and recognize the love that is already there. Recognize the love that you already have around you. Recognize all of that so that you can celebrate that and be happy about that. And then you can open up and see those things that are already there. Now you will open up for love to come into your life regardless, which is a great thing. So reluctant to surrender, reluctant to make changes, like reluctant to go with the passion, the love, the deep love, like fear of change, fear of rest, fear of celebration. So someone here is like, you have everything already that you want and that you love and that you care for. It's already around you. It's already in your life. And so, but if you don't want to see that, if you're more so inclined to see that old hurt, or you see that old betrayal that happened, or you see those three swords that happened, you just pull those swords out and you wipe the tears and you move on and you release the whole thing. And I can assure you, I make it sound easier than it is to do it in real life, because when you do it in real life, you're going to feel all the emotions. That's how you release it. If you don't feel all the emotions to release it, you're going to block it. So you have to feel all these emotions, even though they are uncomfortable. But in this reading, there's someone who rather would hold on to the uncomfortable feelings than to let them go and open up and rediscover who they are, rediscover your passion, like rediscovering your purpose on earth, rediscovering everything that is beautiful about you, rediscovering everything that is respectful about you, rediscovering everything that is purposeful for you to be doing, and not being afraid to celebrate the things and the things that happen in your life, and the good things, the little things that people don't usually acknowledge, and you acknowledge them yourself, and be sure that you Take your own experience into account. You matter too. Like sometimes we give it up for everybody else, and now you live for everybody else and be a people pleaser, or putting everything into order for everybody else, or however. And sometimes forget about ourselves. Love is already there. Like faith, having faith, being in a position where you invite unconditional love into your life. The presence, like taking a moment of stillness, deepening the experience of the stillness, just taking a pause whenever you need it. And breathe, inhale and exhale, that's it. And show up for yourself as someone who is maybe not experienced in it, maybe haven't done it before. Who cares? Do it backwards or do it upside down, or however, just do it anyway. Like, be open to opportunities for personal growth. Opportunities for personal growth is something that probably a lot of people is reluctant to do. I'm not going to say most. I don't know most people. I just know some people. And I know a lot of them are reluctant to go within and sit with themselves and be like, you know, maybe I do have some things that I could realign within myself. Or perhaps I do have some old pain that I could regroup and turn it into wisdom and strength. Or maybe I do have some things that happened to me way back when in a relationship situation or a business situation or whatever, and it still causes me bitterness and anger and resentment when I think about it and talk about it. And I come to think about it and talk about it a lot. And so spewing all that resentment, bitterness, and all that stuff, anger, spewing it out on your surroundings, on whoever you have in your surroundings, instead of sitting there, dealing with your own emotions, being a freaking adult about it, taking responsibility for how you feel, and going through it so you can work through it. And if you can't do it on your own, find a therapist, find someone who can help you go through it and release it. Because if you don't release it, it's also going to be, well, nobody likes to be around someone with that going on and always want to talk about that. Nobody likes that. So you are being seen as someone who are manifesting a lot of opportunities. So that's how you're viewed upon by other people. It is and that is good. They see your potential. Other people usually see your potential also sometimes more than you can see your own potential. And I think for here today is just an encouragement to be open for your own passion, your own passionate things. Like, when do you feel excited? When do you feel, yes, I want to do this? Or when do you feel these things that you might want to take action on? And being ready to love and learn, and only invite things in, like maybe a new rule. Like if you have been, like me, accustomed to sitting through boring stuff, things that you don't care about, conversations you don't care about, you're just being polite, you're just being nice, you're just sitting there, you're just spending your time trying to please someone else, make them feel better. That was my job for years and years and years. And so being an adult, I kept doing the same things because I didn't know any difference. And so you have to sometimes pause and see what you are doing, because it was draining me of all the joy, all the stuff, everything. It was draining me from everything. And you don't want to do that to yourself. You have to recharge yourself. You have to put yourself first. And then you can sit down and maybe you can shorten down those conversations that are so boring. Or maybe you can just spend a little bit less time with the people who wants all of your time because they're addicted to your energy. Or maybe you can just make adjustments that keep yourself safe so that you can go through what it is that you want to go through. And surrendering whatever this blockage is, whatever this surrendering to the good things, like what you already have in your life, surrendering to that so you have a good foundation. And know that whatever happened, the right person for you will wait until you are ready. And if you're not ready, then the person will be there when you are ready. And so that's good to know too, because then you know the right person, they're just going to be a Don Juan who pops up and chips out on you because he's going to go and charm everybody else too. which we don't have time for that. That's just boring and it's immature. Yep, and sometimes you just have to find a way that you can stand your own ground and look for the peace, not the discord, not the drama, not the second best, or not the as long as I can do what I want to do, you're always going to be second. None of that. You don't have time for that. It's a short life here on planet Earth. You already have all the love that you need around you, and you are enough in your own. You're already full. You're already whole. You don't need a person to make you whole or make you full. You don't need that. You are already whole by yourself. And maybe you can find someone who is willing to walk next to you and do their thing, and you can do your thing, and then have a happy life together. But getting out of stagnancy is always going to be challenging, because you have to find the way you want it. How do you want to go out of the place that you're in? If you don't like it the way it is, maybe there are some changes that you want to make. How can you make those changes? How can you do it and then put it into a plan? Make sure that you do it out of love, not out of fear. Do everything that you do out of love. Even release people who aren't good for you. Do that with love too, because they don't know any better. They're unconscious. They don't have the experience. They don't have the depth. They don't have the understanding, and they don't have what it takes to understand what they're doing anyway. So it doesn't matter. And if you fall for the scheme once or twice or 3 times, it's kind of a lesson in people are very creative. If they want your attention, they are very creative. They will mirror everything that you do, and they will, they're probably going to have to keep an eye on what you are doing too, so they can pick up your habits and make sure that when they come around, they look like the perfect fit for you, right? And so that's an easy way to create common ground. Like, we have so much in common. And so, which don't you want, like in the negative, would use any kind of their charm, their ways. They would use that to the fullest, to get what they need, to get the reaction or the emotional involvement, or however it feeds them. Some people be fed by just the admiration, feeling that eyes are looking at them. You're sending them your energy too when you do that. And you want to keep your own energy. You want to bring back all the energy that you ever gave out to anybody else. Just call it back to you and cut the cords. And once you cut the cords, there's no returning point. There's no way to, again, attach to your energy. And so now you're free from it. And make the decision to put yourself first. Esther and Abraham Hicks says, if you have been accustomed to thinking and speaking about where you are currently standing, it is not an easy thing to suddenly shift your vibrations and to now begin thinking and feeling something that is very different. In fact, the law of attraction says that you do not have access to thoughts and feelings that are very far from where you have recently been vibrating. But with some effort, you could find other better feeling thoughts that are within your reach. So progress can sometimes be subtle. Progress can sometimes, but if you want to change the status quo, then you must change the language that you use. Like, I am always so unfortunate with the people I get attracted to, or my picker is broken, I can't really pick the good ones, or whatever is going on. And then you change the story and you be like, it always works out perfectly for me. It always works out well for me. And it always works out in my favor. It's always a good lesson to go through, and it's allowing me to shed layers of hurt or sadness that was there from before. Perhaps they trigger you into healing. There's always a message in whatever is going on around you. And I think the biggest message here today is the love is always accessible through your faith, through the little animals, through nature, through everywhere. Love is always available, and you have everything that you need in your relationships already. And the beautiful light in me, it honors, respects, and loves the same beautiful light in you. And until next time, namaste.